Hey everybody, welcome to Disneyopolis. I'm Bryan. We're back here at City Hall. Paper Duffy's hanging with the other Mickeys today, and we've got a great show today. Today's show is Things I Wish Disney Would Do. This is not a gripe session. This is just me giving my opinions on things I think would enhance the world of Disney, as it were, whether it's in the parks or movies or other Disney properties, things of that nature. And I'm just going to mention a few, and we'll make this kind of an ongoing series. So I'm also excited to hear what you think. So at the end of the show, make sure you put in the comments below what you would like to see Disney do. My first thing that I wish Disney would do would be to expand the number of Disney stores that they have out there. Unless you live in a major metropolitan area, there really aren't that many Disney stores. Now you can go to places like Chicago or Los Angeles and of course World of Disney in Orlando, but outside of the major cities, they don't have near as big of a presence as they used to have, like in the early to mid 90s. And what's great is with all the new Disney properties that have come on board, whether it's Star Wars or Indiana Jones, whether it's the Marvel universe, any of the other things that Disney's doing, there's just not enough stores to accommodate that. Now, I love to shop online just like the next person, but there's just something about walking directly into a store, seeing something you want, putting your hands on it, and walking out with it the same day. Which is why brick and mortar stores are still around and still doing very well, those who do it right. And Disney is a company that, generally speaking, knows how to do it right. So I would like to see more stores and more locations. Maybe even bring in just a little bit of theme park merchandise to those places. So those of us who don't get to go down as often as we like would have an opportunity still to purchase some of that Disney magic and bring that home with us. So that would be the first thing that I wish Disney would do. The next thing that I wish Disney would do, and this is a given for me, bring back Horizons. And not just Horizons, but let me expand this just a little bit. Every now and again, just like they did with Captain EO, with Michael Jackson, bring back a classic Disney attraction that hasn't been seen for a long, long time. Maybe build it in a multi-purpose building in the parks and rotate it out. But wouldn't it be cool to bring back things like Horizons or Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, or yes, even Maelstrom, and maybe engineer it in such a way as you could move attractions in and out once every couple of years. Just bring back some of that classic Disney magic that we all know and love. Would it be expensive? Absolutely, but it's already expensive to go to the parks anyway, so why not do something like that and give those of us who really want to remember when another reason to come to the parks? Which brings me into my next I wish Disney would do, and that is lower ticket prices. Now I know that runs counter to what I just talked about, but here's what my thought process is. When the parks originally opened, whether it was Disneyland or Walt Disney World in 1971, the prices were such that they were a little expensive, of course. I mean, they have to turn a profit, and we all understand that. But there's going to come a point where really the only people who can afford to go to the Disney parks, if we're not careful, are going to be people who have lots and lots of expendable income, and that's pretty much it. It doesn't matter where they come from, what parts of the world or what parts of the country they come from. But at the end of the day, you don't want to price out the people who really are fans of the park and are willing to come to the parks. I personally would be willing to go more times than I do, and by extension spend more money in the parks if we're a bit more affordable. Now, nobody's asking me, I am a Disney shareholder, but nobody's asking me for my marketing plan for all things Disney. This, again, is just something that I wish Disney would do, and that is, instead of raising ticket prices twice a year, maybe only raise them once every couple of years, or every now and again go back to running pin code specials where hardcore fans like ourselves could take advantage of that and show up in the parks at a time where maybe attendance is traditionally lower, like maybe say February or maybe one of the other months where attendance isn't high in the Disney park. So that is the third thing that I wish Disney would do. And finally, kind of dovetailing off of what we talked about on our last show, I would love to see more Disney treasures. These are the DVD sets that we profiled a couple shows back. Things, like the little known things like Dr. Sin, alias the Scarecrow, or the Chronological Donald. And I know they released a lot of great material. As a matter of fact, they released 30 some of these DVD sets. Well, there's all kinds of new properties out now and things that have kind of come and gone. And Disney is such a huge company with such a huge treasure trove of recorded material that it would be fantastic to be able to continue to see these numbered, limited time only sets come out. Like maybe you have a live action set, maybe you have a set with nothing but Dean Jones or Fred McMurray, or some of the older things. But that way you could still have that collectability that we talked about a couple shows ago and still be able to get some material on a limited time basis that you normally couldn't do. I mean, Disney already kind of does this a little bit when they put things in the vault and then bring them out once every 10, 15, or 20 years. This would just be a small expansion of that, and this would be a one-off thing where, and again, it couldn't hurt Disney's profitability. As a matter of fact, I make the argument it would probably help. Because if people know that this is only going to be around for a limited time, they're going to be more likely, again, to spend the money. And you can charge a little bit of a premium. They did when they put out the original Disney Treasures. So those are my 4 things that I would love to see Disney do. I would love to hear your comments as to what you would like to see Disney do. And again, this is something we're going to do pretty often. This will be an ongoing series where we kind of say we wish Disney would do this and that. And who knows? Maybe somebody will catch these ideas and make an effort to bring these to fruition. Again, I am so glad that you showed up today. Thank you so much for watching the show. As always, please rate, comment, and above all, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family. Let them know that, hey, there's this crazy guy wearing crazy Mickey Mouse ears who couple times, 3 times, 4 times a week just talks about all things Disney. And that is us, Disneyopolis. We are everything Disney all the time. We'll see you next time.